Hi, family. How we doing? God bless every single one of y'all. Uh, so I'm gonna start off. I know, I spoke about recovery a couple of days ago, but it touched my heart, and I want to speak about it again. I want to speak about recovery. As you know, I've been in recovery for a lot of years. I don't keep count, but a personal friend of mine today did 30 years clean, and you know, and matter of fact, he's in my book. Mike Centron. I love him dearly. Uh, I always say that God is always first, regardless of what. God is first. But he played a little role. I'm gonna say a little, a good enough role. When I came home, he put him in my life, and I ran into him, and I was trying to dodge him and all that. But anyway, make a long story short, I got to speak to him, and I told him. He told me, what's good with you?" And I said, "Nothing, working, but until I get something that I want." I said, "What is it that you want?" "I want to work with drug addicts, you know, and really is, and things like that. I don't even like to call them drug addicts. These are people with problems, you know, situations, different reason motives, and things for them to be addicted." And he told me I work in a program, and he gave me that opportunity to get there, and that started me off. When I left from there, I went to another settlement health, and kept going like that, and but he was the beginning of what I started doing to get on the right track of what I wanted to do. So today I listened to his celebration, and it was a great thing, you know. But you know what? Besides addiction, and I know I said I was going to speak about addiction, I noticed one thing. We could do what we want to do when we want to do it. You see, and when there's a lot of love, one thing I got to say about programs like NA and other programs, there's different kind of programs. Even when you go into a rehab, you have to program in there. And the reality of it is, I realize that when you around people that show love, you get somewhere. A lot of us that do things is because there's no love in our life. Oh my God, like, how could it's so hard to explain it, is that the fact that, you know, without love, it's hard to get somewhere. And I really believe that because I believe that God is love. That's all God have shown us is love. Uh, like he says, right? Yeah, love your neighbor, right? As you love yourself. Love your enemies. He literally tells you to love everybody. And a lot of us that are sick, I'm gonna call it sick. When you're using drugs, you're sick mentally because of what you're going through on the heart, spiritually. You sometimes, oh my God, it's you be hurting all over. I say one thing, you know, is we need to be together. You know, I'm gonna say something which is not part of the recovery for just 1 second. I just want you to hang on to that. It might be a future teaching, or not teaching, or speaking of, if we will love people as much as we love the gossip, this would be a beautiful world. I mean, just stay with that thought. And I say that because we put each other down, and you see that a lot with people that are using drugs and all that. I've spoken to so many people, and when I speak to them, they 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 got low self-esteem because they don't feel that they fit society. They don't fit society because they don't get no love from people. You know, they don't feel they part of, because either when there was a little kid, they grew up with their parents telling them there wasn't never gonna be nobody. You, you, you know, everything comes out to how people have treated them. And don't get me wrong, because I know a lot of drug addicts that come from a rich family. But there you go. Money's not everything. These are people that live in a rich family. Their parents give them everything they want, but they don't listen to them. They don't give them the time of day. You know, they could call them up and say, "Mom, Dad, I need $100, $300. Okay, it's in the mail." But they're not there for them. It's a thing, you know, that we gotta look for, and that one thing we gotta look for is the Lord. I'm really stuck on that because that's my recovery, and I always say everybody's recovery is not the same. So in my heart, what I feel for people that have used drugs, as long as it's positive, it's gonna stop you using drugs, go for it. Go for it. There's a lot of us that believe in God. We recovered, we've got where we at, and we believe in God, but he's not the first one we love. You see? And I really believe is I've said in videos before when I was using drugs that I thought I was the man until I started following Jesus and learned to love Jesus and realize what Jesus had done, that I said, Jesus is the man, not me. And sometimes we do things and we better ourselves, but there's always that one spot in there that puts us back. And I believe that one spot is that we don't put Lord where he's supposed to be. I just told you yesterday that I love my wife to death do us part, but I love God first. And she would tell you the same thing. And I say that to my brothers out there when they confuse and they feel that nobody could help them and all that. Talk to the Lord. And I know if you really don't believe, you tell me, well, what am I going to say to him? You know, you say the same thing to him that you would tell me if you asked me for help. He's not going to answer you the way I am talking to you. I'll give you your verbal speech or say something to you that'll bring your inspiration up and all that. But I tell you what, maybe that's what he does, right? Sometimes you say, but he didn't listen to me. And then somebody like me starts talking to you about it and you say, yeah, I need help. And then I tell you, yeah, well, I'm here. Yo, I was a drug addict. What's going on? And they say, wow, you know. And then when I say, you know, you need to follow God and all that, I say, man, I've been asking God, and, you know, I've still been the same. I say, who's not to say that God sent me to you to help you? You see, because that's the way God works. You know, I applaud people, I honor people, but I praise the Lord. I applaud these people and I honor these people that have stopped using. You don't never hear about that on TV. You hear about the numbers in relapse and you know how many people are using drugs and all that, but you don't hear how many thousands of people have recovered. There's big conventions they have in places like Orlando, California, all these places, and there's thousands of people that go, and they never speak about that. Yet they speak about relapsing. For it to be a relapse, there had to be recovery. You know? We all play a big part in life. Recovery is a beautiful thing, and you could do it. If if like I just told you, there's thousands of people in recovery. How could you tell me you can't recover? You gotta want it. You know the old saying, right? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Or you gotta wanna do it, and you do it. And I'm gonna always talk about God, so like I tell you, follow Him. You might be weak, but He's strong. He's there for us. You know, He's there for us with our trials and tribulations. He'll be there. So I want to say to people, when you know somebody's hurting, help them, don't put them down. You know, it's a thing I don't want to speak too much about it. I basically said enough that I feel that people should hear. But there's a lot of families that talk about people. I really believe there's so many people out there with problems and drug problems that there gotta be at least one in every family. Whether it's a long lost cousin or whatever, but in somebody's family that goes through this. Let's get together, help these people, and let them not be a victim to this COVID-19 because they feel the world is over. It's not like that. All I want to say to you people, you know, that follow me, thank you for following me. If another thing, I never say that, but if there's something you want me to speak about, send me a comment and ask me would I speak about it. You know, again, I'm not a professor or nothing. I just been a victim in my past life. I was reborn in 2000. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. And I hope to talk to you tomorrow. God bless you.